cancer cells over here. So cancer is a disease which is very common and which is known to be a deadly disease. This is actually a disease caused due to uncontrolled cell division. So cell division is uncontrolled, and in case if any person is suffering from cancer. Let me elaborate it more. इसको और explain करके बताती हूँ. Consider कीजिए किसी को कट होता है. If we have wound at any part of our body, वहाँ वो gap repair के द्वारा भर जाता है. Can you tell me which type of cell division takes place in case of repair in our body? Is it mitosis or mitosis? But
Mitosis.
अगर समझो आपके हाथ में इतना गैप है, कट हुआ है, तो उतने ही सेल बनते हैं जितने सेल इस गैप को फुलफिल कर सके. No further cell division takes place. In case of cancer, such kind of control is not present. कैंसर के केस में ऐसा कंट्रोल नहीं रहता है because the genes which are responsible for control of the cell division, जो genes होते हैं जो cell divisions को control करते हैं, those genes themselves get changed or mutated. So इस वजह से uncontrolled cell division होता है and a person will have cancer. Anyone have any doubt regarding whatever I said, beta?
No, ma'am.
So it can be a various part of our body. Like a person can have cancer at uterus, blood cancer is possible, muscle cancer is possible, brain cancer is possible. Any part can be affected by cancer. Only thing that you need to remember is it is uncontrolled cell division. Now, why uncontrolled cell division is tumor also. कई बार केसेस में देखा जाता है कि एक छोटा सा ट्यूमर हुआ है एंड दैट इज ड्यू टू अनकंट्रोल्ड सेल डिवीजन. एक लंप फॉर्म हुआ है, कई बार लोगों को मसा होता है, बट हम उनको इतनी सीरियसली नहीं लेते हैं जितना कैंसर को लेते हैं. क्यों? कैंसर सेल के कुछ कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं जो उनको यूनिक और डेडली बनाते हैं. सो लेट अस टॉक अबाउट कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ cancer cells. So what are the characters? First important character is loss of contact inhibition. जब कहीं समझो बीच में से कट हो जाता है and cells start dividing to fill that gap, the moment the cells from both the side touch each other, the cell division stops. दोनों साइड से सेल्स की नंबर मल्टीप्लाई होते होते दोनों साइड से जब ये सेल्स के लेयर्स एक दूसरे को टच करते हैं, they understand that enough division took place, so they stop the cell division. This process is known as contact inhibition. When they come in contact with each other, they understand कि अब और cell division करने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं जितना आगे बढ़ चुका हूँ, मेरे सामने दूसरे सेल का लेयर है, अब हम करेंगे तो that will be converted into a clump. Clump हमें नहीं चाहिए, इसलिए they go for contact inhibition. कैंसर सेल्स को ये सेंस नहीं होता है, वो उसके बाद भी डिवाइड करते जाते हैं एंड देन देयर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ क्लम्प. सेकंड कैरेक्टर ऑफ कैंसर सेल इज मेटास्टेसिस. व्हाट अकर इन केस ऑफ मेटास्टेसिस इज कैंसर सेल्स जो होते हैं वो अपनी सेल्स को स्प्रेड कर सकते हैं. कैंसर हमेशा कैंसर की ट्रीटमेंट में एक शब्द बोला जाता है कि if it is detected at earlier stage, a person can get rid of cancer. अगर इसको आप अर्ली स्टेज में डिटेक्ट कर सकते हैं तो आप इससे मुक्ति पा सकते हैं, बट अगर आप अर्ली स्टेज में डिटेक्ट करें तो, अगर नहीं कर रहे हैं तो फिर इट विल स्प्रेड टू होल बॉडी, और आप एक पार्ट में कैंसर को ठीक करेंगे तो वहां तब तक दूसरे पार्ट में कैंसर हो जाएगा, फिर तीसरे से तीसरे, तीसरे से चौथे, इस तरीके से कैंसर पूरी बॉडी में स्प्रेड हो जाएगी. So these are the two reasons. Other characters are there, but these are the main two reasons जिसके वजह से किसी को कैंसर होता है, and cancer cells are so much deadly.
मैम.
Yes बेटा.
मैम आप एक बार फर्स्ट वाला पॉइंट फिर से रिपीट करो ना.
Definition of cancer or characters of cancer cell.
मैम लॉस ऑफ कांटेक्ट इनहिबिशन वाला.
Cancer cells, when they come in touch with each other, they don't stop division. They keep on dividing, which produce the lump. Whereas in case of a normal cell जब होता है, when they come in contact with each other, तब वहां पे lump produce नहीं होता है. They stop division. The moment they come in contact with each other, वो समझ जाते हैं कि जो gap था या जो चीज थी वो भर गई है. They don't need to divide further. Yes, Rutu?
तो मैम आपने कहा कि नॉर्मल सेल समझ जाते हैं कि कब उन्हें बंद करना है सेल डिवीजन. मैम जब हमें सेल डिवीजन की जरूरत होती है तब कैंसर सेल्स मतलब कैसे डिवाइड होने लगते हैं, मतलब वो ऐसे प्रोड्यूस हो जाते हैं.
तब कैंसर सेल डिवाइड नहीं होते. कैंसर सेल तब होते डिवाइड होते जब किसी के नॉर्मल सेल कैंसर सेल में कन्वर्ट होते. हमारे नॉर्मल सेल कैंसर सेल्स नहीं है, या सभी के अंदर कैंसर सेल्स होते नहीं. Due to some reason, if normal cells are converted into cancer cells, then they have these properties. Otherwise, normal cells are normal cells.
तो मैम ऐसा क्या रीजन होता है कि हमारे नॉर्मल सेल्स कैंसर सेल्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं?
There are carcinogenic substances, जो कैंसर कॉजिंग केमिकल्स है, कैंसर कॉजिंग रेडिएशन है, कैंसर कॉजिंग वायरस है. अगर हम कोई नॉर्मल इंसान इनके कांटेक्ट में आए तो देन अ पर्सन कैन हैव कैंसर.
आपने फर्स्ट रीजन क्या बोला था?
Like I didn't get what you were saying.
कि हमारे नॉर्मल सेल्स कैंसर सेल्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. उसमें मैम आपने एक टर्मिनोलॉजी यूज की थी,
कार्सिनोजेन. Carcinogen are substances which cause cancer. One person at a time. I cannot hear all of you together, beta. Yes.
मैम आपने जो वो टर्मिनोलॉजी, लेकिन आप उसका पूरा स्पेलिंग लिख सकते हैं?
हाँ जरूर जरूर. Cancer causing, or they generate cancer. That's why we call them carcinogen. I am dealing with cancer here shortly. Obviously, in third, like in grade 12, when you will study, there are like detailed reason of cancer, what are carcinogens, everything is mentioned over there in grade 12. Any other doubts, beta?
No, ma'am.
So we will move towards the new chapter that is called biomolecules. So this is the chapter number 9 in the same unit where cell and cell division is there in NCERT. Biomolecules means what? Two names are mentioned here, bio and molecules. So it shares that the molecules present in biological system are called biomolecules. Now you have मे हैव डाउट कि मैम फिर इसको हम अलग से क्यों पढ़े, केमिस्ट्री में पढ़ तो रहे, बायोमोलिक्यूल्स इतने क्या खास है कि उनको हम अलग से पढ़े। लेट मी टेल यू बेटा, you must have studied part of organic chemistry in grade 10 as carbon and its compound. There you must have studied that carbon compounds which are majorly found in living organisms, and we call them organic compounds. They are diverse in their composition. इतनी डाइवर्स के पीरियोडिक टेबल के बाकी एलिमेंट्स मिलके जितने तरीके के मॉलिक्यूल्स या कंपाउंड्स पॉसिबल है, उससे कई ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ टाइप्स ऑफ कंपाउंड्स आर पॉसिबल बाय कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल्स। वैसे ही बायोमोलिक्यूल्स आर मॉलिक्यूल्स प्रेजेंट इन बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम। They are macromolecules and they are very big in their size, and they are responsible for various activities which is not exhibited by the normal molecules. इसीलिए यहाँ आपके लेवल में छोटे ग्रेड्स में इसको बायोमोलिक्यूल्स चैप्टर में इंक्लूड किया गया है। When you will be in your graduation and post graduation, there will be a whole paper of biochemistry which will deal with these biomolecules and their chemistry. So obviously, if we look into the organization of life, we can write it like this, that atom gives molecules, molecules combine to give cell, cells combine to give tissue, tissue combines to give organ, organs combine to give organ system, then many organ system form the organism, many organisms of same species, or they, let us make it simple, they form the ecosystems, and many ecosystems are forming the biosphere. This is the flow of life. So obviously, if we do not know about this, we cannot know about this well. And the rest is also unknown if this part is not studied. That's why we are reading this chapter, biomolecules. Is it clear why we are reading this chapter, biomolecules?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously, in this chapter, if you look into your textbook, let me tell you frankly, in your textbook, the amount of descriptions given is very less. The informations provided is very much scattered, and it is difficult to understand a bit. That's why we will not go as per textbook. We will go as per the what I can say, as per the chemical properties of the molecule. Second thing is, in your textbook, if you look into, you can see one procedure is mentioned. There a piece of tissue is taken and they perform various chemical analysis to find out that most of the amount of the substances are carbon compounds. I request everyone to go through NCERT, the first and second page of this chapter, and ask me if you have any doubt in our next class. It's a very simple portion, so I am not going there. They talk about simply extracting different molecules from the main organism. Directly, I wish to talk about biomolecules, and biomolecules chapters, what we are going to study. In biomolecules chapter, we will learn about carbohydrates, protein, lipid, Fourth is nucleic acid. Fifth is ATP. And sixth is enzymes. Let me tell you similar type of chapter with 70% of the common 70 to 80% of the common content you will again have in your grade 12 chemistry. तो बायो वाले बच्चे अगर अभी पढ़ के अच्छे से समझ ले, that chapter will be a bonus for them. केमिस्ट्री में ग्रेड 12 में ये सेम चैप्टर सिमिलर चैप्टर वापस से है. Okay, so should we go for carbohydrate then?
Yes, ma'am.
तो
Yes,
आज
ma'am.
हम अपनी पढ़ाई स्टार्ट करते हैं with the first biomolecule that we are going to discuss about, that is carbohydrate. So if you look into definition, common definition of like carbohydrate, most of the textbook of your age is mentioning that it is carbohydrate means hydrate of carbon. So they call it as hydrate of carbon. That means यहाँ पे कार्बन और H2O का फॉर्मूला है. That's why the empirical formula of carbohydrate is CnH2nOn. This is the empirical formula. I hope you know what is empirical formula.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But let me tell you, this definition is not completely correct. Even the empirical formula is not applicable to everyone. Can you tell me the formula formaldehyde? What should be the formula of formaldehyde?
Can you repeat?
Formula formaldehyde.
Ma'am, you have written CnH2nO6.
Sorry, ON. Formula of formaldehyde. HCHO. It is also known as methanal. So HCHO में भी देखो आप C1H2 और O1 है, but it's not a carbohydrate. It's not at all a carbohydrate. So it's not necessary always कि अगर कोई चीज की एम्पेरिकल फॉर्मूला CnH2nOn हो तो वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट ही होगा, और ये भी जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर किसी का नहीं हो तो वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट नहीं होगा. ओके, so what should be the correct definition of carbohydrate? So the correct definition of carbohydrate is, it is the polyhydroxy alcohol of aldehyde and how? If you look into structure of a glucose, it has structure as if so how many alcoholic group is present here? in the structure of glucose? Can anyone tell me? What is the functional group of alcohol?
OH
So how many
OH.
OH are present here?
5.
And here is one aldehyde. This is the aldehyde group. Second is, let's take example of fructose, which is isomer of glucose. Okay, so here one, let me mark over this. Five OH groups are present, and this is the ketone group. So I hope now the meaning of the definition is clear to you, that they are polyhydroxy alcohol. Why polyhydroxy? Because more than one OH group is present, and polyhydroxy alcohol of aldehyde and ketone. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the way carbohydrates can be classified as aldose and ketones. If the main group present in them is aldehyde, we call them aldose. And if the main group present in them is ketone, we call them ketones. For example, glucose is an aldose sugar and fructose is a ketose sugar. Clear? Is this part clear to you, aldose and ketose?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Yes.
Aldose ketose is the classification of carbohydrates as per the functional group. As per the functional group, we can classify carbohydrates into aldose and ketones. But there are other classification of carbohydrates based on some other parameters. See, carbohydrates can be classified into monosaccharide, oligosaccharide, and polysaccharide based on the number of sugar units they have that is present in them. So let us understand carbohydrates can be classified into monosaccharides. Look into the spellings. Although we speak about saccharides, actual spelling are saccharides. So saccharides means sugar unit, and as all of us know that mono means one. So what do we mean by one sugar unit? That means they do not yield simple sugars by hydrolysis. I will tell you what is hydrolysis. In this chapter itself, wait for some moment. I will tell you what we mean by hydrolysis. मतलब अगर हम इनको ब्रेक करें तो इससे फर्दर कोई सिंपल शुगर नहीं बन सकता है. This is the most simple one. Okay. And second thing is they don't have glycosidic linkage. They do not have glycosidic linkage. So these are characteristics of monosaccharide. As I told you, I will tell you what is glycosidic linkage, what is hydrolysis, I will tell you. Now, depending on number of carbon present in monosaccharide, they can be further classified into triose, that is 3 carbon, second tetrose, 4 carbon, pentose, 5 carbon, hexose, 6 carbon, and 7th is heptose, will have 7 carbon. So let us see one examples. You will be able to relate with many of them when you study in grade 11, 12. Many of these words will be coming in front of you. At that time, you will be able to identify them. For example, triose example is glyceraldehyde. I am writing one example only. And dihydroxyacetone phosphate. They are triose. They are simple sugar made up of 3 carbon atoms. मतलब कार्बन एटम के अलावा दूसरी चीजें भी है, बट उसमें नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम इज 3. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Tetrose
ma'am.
example, tetrose, the example is erythrose. Triose is also there. Pentose, though, the sugar present in DNA and RNA, that is deoxyribose, and ribose sugar that is present in DNA and RNA are pentose. Hexose sugar is glucose. आपने स्ट्रक्चर मैंने ड्रॉ किया होगा तो देखा होगा कि उसमें 6 ही कार्बन एटम्स है. That's why we call it hexose. So glucose is there, fructose is there. All of them are hexose sugar. And the example of heptose is pseudoheptulose. Okay. Now let us talk about oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides have 2 to 10 sugar units. Second characteristics that oligosaccharide has is they give monosaccharides on hydrolysis. Now, oligosaccharides can be like further subdivided depending on number of monosaccharides they have. We can classify them into disaccharides. कितने मोनोसैकेराइड यूनिट होंगे इसमें, किसी को कोई आइडिया? In disaccharides,
2 units.
so you studied about many of them. For example, we can talk about sucrose. Sucrose is made up of glucose plus fructose. Okay, then we have lactose. Lactose is known as milk sugar. Sucrose is known as cane sugar, क्योंकि शुगर केन जूस में से सुक्रोज होता है जिससे चीनी बनती है, ठीक है. And lactose is known as milk sugar. So lactose is made up of glucose plus galactose. Then there is maltose. Maltose is made up of 2 glucose units. So that is how it will work. This way, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharides, all they are connected via sugar units are connected via glycosidic linkage, and then they form the saccharides. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now one thing I just wish to mention here, it is purely up to NEET level, not included into the syllabus, that is about reducing sugar. So what do we mean by the word reducing sugar? What happens is, reducing sugars have free aldehyde and ketone group. So they have free aldehyde and ketone group, which can turn Cu2 plus ion to Cu. You will have in practical, there is one a test called Fehling's test. Fehling's test जो होता है, Fehling reagent होती है, उसके अंदर ये क्यूप्रिक सब्सटेंस रहता है. क्यूप्रिक को वो क्यूप्रस बनाता है, and that is done by Fehling reagent, and there is a change in color by Fehling reagent. So other than sucrose, everyone can be considered as reducing sugar. In case of sucrose, it is a non-reducing sugar. So is this part clear? What do we mean by reducing sugar?
Ma'am,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you please explain it again?
Reducing sugar means something that can reduce cupric ion into cuprous ion. Have you studied the oxidation reduction chapter number 8 in chemistry, that is redox reaction?
Ma'am, that chapter is not taught yet.
So that's why the hurdle you must be facing. Actually, reduction or decrease in oxidation number is also known as reduction. ये जो हम 10th grade में पढ़ के आए हैं ना, ऑक्सीजन, एडिशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, रिमूवल ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, ये वाली जो कंसेप्ट है ऑक्सीडेशन रिडक्शन की, इसको आप बस्ते में बंद करके फेंक दो. This concept is not at all correct one. Okay, सो करेक्ट वन क्या है? करेक्ट वन वो है जिसमें रिडक्शन ऑफ ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर होता है या डिक्रीज इन ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिडक्शन, और दैट कैन बी डन बाय गेनिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन। सो देखो Cu2 प्लस Cu प्लस में बना है, कैसे बना है? क्योंकि उसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ले लिया तो उसका 2 प्लस था, मतलब 2 प्लस चार्ज थे उसमें, अब उसके अंदर 1 प्लस चार्ज आ गया है। तो फीलिंग रिएजेंट जो होती है उसमें क्यूप्रिक सॉल्ट रहता है। जैसे उसमें ये रिड्यूसिंग शुगर जाता है, वो रिड्यूसिंग शुगर क्या करता है? क्यूप्रिक को क्यूप्रस में कन्वर्ट कर देता है, तो फीलिंग सॉल्यूशन की कलर क्या हो जाती है? चेंज हो जाती है। तो फीलिंग टेस्ट इज समथिंग विथ विच यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या कोई शुगर रिड्यूसिंग है कि नहीं है। अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि कोई शुगर रिड्यूसिंग कब होगा? जब उसके पास फ्री एल्डिहाइड और कीटोन ग्रुप होगा, देन इट कैन एक्ट एज अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट एंड इट कैन कन्वर्ट Cu2 प्लस इनटू Cu प्लस। अगर उसके पास फ्री ग्रुप नहीं है, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ नॉन रिड्यूसिंग शुगर। ठीक है, जैसे सुक्रोज इज अ नॉन रिड्यूसिंग शुगर। इज इट क्लियर नाउ?
मैम Cu prick मतलब Cu2 प्लस।
Cu what? Can you please repeat your question?
मैम आपने कहा ना Cu prick मतलब Cu2 प्लस।
Cu prick नहीं बेटा, Cupric. This तो you studied, you must have studied in grade 9. कॉपर का अगर 2 प्लस चार्ज होता है उसे क्यूप्रिक बोलते हैं, अगर प्लस होता है तो क्यूप्रस बोलते हैं। एंड सेम इज फेरस फेरिक। You didn't study it in grade 9? चार्ज की टेबल होती है एनसीईआरटी में, देख लेना। आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक एनसीईआरटी साइंस चैप्टर नंबर 3 एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूल्स।
ओके मैम,
ठीक है। सो नेक्स्ट इज पॉलीसैकेराइड्स। आई रियली अप्रिशिएट यू पीपल आस्क मी डाउट्स। इस तरीके से व्हाटएवर लैक्यूना और लैग बिहाइंड होता है बेटा, वी कैन सॉल्व इट एंड वी कैन मूव अहेड, है ना। सो इट्स अ वेरी गुड प्रैक्टिस ऑफ आस्किंग डाउट्स। So last type of carbohydrate is known as polysaccharides. Yes, Yashvi.
मैम माल्टोज होता है जो ग्लूकोज का एक टाइप, वो किससे बना होता है?
ग्लूकोज का टाइप नहीं होता है, मैंने आपको वही बोला कि maltose is made up of 2 glucose unit connected by glycosidic linkage.
ओके मैम।
Okay, so now polysaccharides obviously have more than 10 monosaccharides. And here obviously the monosaccharides are connected by glycosidic linkage and they can go for hydrolysis also. Now polysaccharides can be further subdivided into homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. What do we mean by this? Homopolysaccharide means it is something which is made up of same type of monosaccharides. जैसे स्टार्च या ग्लाइकोजेन इज मेड अप ऑफ ओनली ग्लूकोज, तो उनको हम बोलेंगे फॉर एग्जांपल स्टार्च एंड ग्लाइकोजेन। बट अगर कोई पॉलीसेकेराइड ऐसा हुआ जिसमें अदर देन द same type of monosaccharide, different types of monosaccharides are there. We call them heteropolysaccharide. What we will call them? Heteropolysaccharide. For example, there are many types of heteropolysaccharides like mucopolysaccharide, hyaluronic acid, there is chitin, agar-agar. Even if अभी हमने जो पढ़ा ना, we studied about cell wall component of bacterial cell. What is it? क्या बोलते हैं उसे हम? Bacterial cell wall is made up of what?
Peptidoglycan.
Peptidoglycan is nothing but a type of heteropolysaccharide. I mentioned about polysaccharides, and I mentioned about the oligopolysaccharides and polysaccharides, oligosaccharides.